What's up, party animals? Manny Laura here with another study minute presented by Fantasy Cruncher. And as always, I got three topics for you. First, no real tournaments for me to look at. There isn't baseball going on, obviously no basketball, no NFL. So I'll take a tour of the lobby, see what sports we can play this week, and see if there's any money in any of these. Topic number two, NFL tip number two. I dive into stacks. I dive into who should be in them, and I'll explain why. Topic number three, the PGA Millionaire Maker takes place July 18th. We'll take a look at the payout structure. I'll give my initial thoughts. All that and more on the Study Minute, baby. Let's go. No one won 100K today, unfortunately, or yesterday. At least I don't think so. I don't think they had anything for the home run derby. If they did, I did not play it. There's absolutely nothing for MLB outside of some showdown stuff for the All-Star game, so that's kind of boring. Instead, I'm going to take a look at the sports we can play. And to do this, I am going to go to the lobby, to the Draftkings lobby. The FanDuel lobby looks pretty similar, and it's a bunch of PGA, a bunch of Summer League, and some tennis for you guys. I don't dabble in absolutely any, but there's a few we should look at. PGA, I don't know if you guys have noticed, PGA's pretty darn lucrative. Have you guys seen this? I don't know if the tournaments always look like this, but a $5, almost 150,000 entries? I wonder what the payout structure for this nonsense looks like. 600K guaranteed, 100K to first, 50K to second. 30, 20, 10, 7. You know, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. This is like the Millionaire Maker version. The $5 version of the Millionaire Maker. This is exactly what this is. 16% to first. I can get behind that. I really can get behind that. Top 10, 38%. I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's bad at all. As a matter of fact, I might join this. I can't wait one day after this starts because that's when MLB starts. MLB starts Friday. This thing starts Thursday. The problem is it's 4 days. People say I should be playing PGA. I just have never gotten into it. I have no clue why. Anyway, that's $5 to join. They have a bunch of others. The $100, I think this is just single entry. That's pretty cool if you're not into the big MME stuff. They got the Millionaire Maker. We'll get to that in a little bit. The $44. Damn, these tournaments are 100K to first? Yo. Is this only because there's no sports going on right now? Or is this some major tournament? This has to be a major tournament. There's just no way. I'm such a fish in these sports, man. Unbelievable. That's pretty cool. Anyway, showdown yesterday, and I talked yesterday about MLB stuff. MLB did put out some, or DraftKings did put out some MLB tournaments. Not great ones, but we got something nonetheless, right? $12, 50K to first, 20% to first. That works. I can get behind this too. Not bad. Outside of that, there really isn't much you want to join. The $33. Pretty small. I'm not a huge showdown guy. I'm really not. Especially not in an all-star game where guys play 1, 2, or 3 innings. I think you're playing maybe a starter, maybe a reliever. I'm not sure how that works. Either way, that's all we got, man. That's all we got. If you're into tennis, I'm not into tennis. I think the tournaments for tennis are pretty nice. If you have tennis projections, I think that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to ask. Anyone here with Summer League projections? I would love to know where to get some Summer League, but like a person that really, really takes Summer League serious. Summer League / WNBA. Tweet me at MLaura. I'd love to know who makes Summer League projections. Good ones. Not just ones where you're just throwing up numbers. I'd love to know that. And if you tweet me, thank you in advance. My goodness, you'd make me a really happy guy. I'm not going to lie. Topic number 2, and the one you guys have been waiting for, to be honest. NFL week. I mentioned yesterday this will be going on the pod only. Topic number 2, NFL tip number 2. This one deals with stacks. And you guys know me. I'm not just am I passionate about NFL and NFL DFS. I love the intricacies of stacking in NFL specifically, whether that's groups, which we're not going to talk about in this stream or in this podcast. It's what and who you should be stacking your quarterback with. And it seems pretty easy on the surface, but a lot of people and a lot of players, at least when I dissect them, get this wrong. To be honest, get this wrong. So if you remember yesterday, you are limiting your player pools the way I showed you. You can go check out that video and or podcast, whichever. And topic number 2 is going to deal specifically with stacks. So again, I'm using Fantasy Cruncher for this, and I'm going to the advanced options in Fantasy Cruncher. We won't touch any of the general tab, but we'll go to the position stacks tab, and this is where everyone kind of does their magic, which isn't wrong, really. It isn't wrong. I don't think it's necessarily wrong. It's just some people really mess this up. Here we go. QB with at least 1, 2, or 3 players. I think up to there is fine. I'm going to put 2 for the sake of this example, right? Here's where it gets tricky. I think for the most part, you're taught to stack a QB with its wide receiver. So you'd put wide receiver from the same team, and that would be your stack rule, right? For me, that's not really how I do it, so that's not the tip I'm going to give you, because I don't want strictly 2 wide receivers. What if it's Patrick Mahomes and I want some Kelsey? This doesn't account for Kelsey. So now I add Travis Kelsey, right? Tight ends. So right now it looks like QB with at least 2 players of wide receiver or tight end, right? Wide receiver and tight end. You could pick either one from those positions. What about Cam Newton? And he often throws to Christian McCaffrey, right? So I need my running backs in there too. Here you go, right? This is my standard stack tab. This is what it looks like. This is what I add. What some of you don't see, and I guess the tip that I'm going to give you guys here, running back is actually very tricky. Running back, because the same way it could be McCaffrey, it could be, if you go last year's Atlanta Falcons, it could be Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, and Ito Smith. It could be, I don't know, in a rare case, Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson, or whoever. Some teams do have and use 2 running backs, and some of the time they're both viable. James White and Sonny Michel. So in the limit rule tab inside the position stacks tab, I will also limit the number of running backs from the same team to 1 player, Sonny Michel and James White. Although they can have big games together, it's not really popular at all. That's not the norm. It isn't the norm at all. So when I go to this stacks tab, I like having at least 2. Could be at least 3 if you're game stacking, or we'll get into that in a different topic in a different podcast. But for me, it's QB with at least 2 of wide receiver, tight end, and running back. It could be 3, it could be 4. All this is saying it's at least. And then I'm limiting my running backs from the same team to 1 player, because I don't want dual running backs. I don't want Tom Brady with Sonny Michel and James White. That is wrong. If you're setting just basic stack rules, consider using the limit feature with the stack feature as well. It'll help you. Create better lineups and not really waste lineups. A lot of people waste. A lot of people think just, let me stack my wide receivers and my tight ends and my running backs, and it'll do the rest for me. That's not really how it works. You have to put in the effort to make sure every lineup is coming out correctly. If you do, you'll see that sometimes you'll get dual RBs, which isn't cool. I'll explain the rest of the stacking features on tomorrow's podcast. But for today, I think this is a good rule of thumb if you're just getting started with MME and running, 5, 10, 15 lineups. Careful how you just implement stack rules. That can lead to a lot of problems. Topic number 3, the PGA Millionaire. Dude. Okay, so you know me, Millionaire is it really isn't my middle name because I haven't won it yet. Second place doesn't get an award for winning. But PGA has had a bunch of millionaires, man. I feel like I should be playing this. And this one reminds me of the NFL Millionaire because it's $20 to enter. It's 150 entries, 33% to first. This is the Millionaire Maker I play every week in NFL, and I max it all the time. We've dissected prior Millie Makers in PGA. Here you go. Go to PGA, go to Fantasy Cruncher, go in there, cap everyone at like 30, put some max ownership so you don't have all the chalk at once, and just hope you have the nuts in there. It feels like every time the winner just has a bunch of low-owned guys. I've checked this every single time there's a millionaire. Go in there, get low-owned dudes, and make it happen. I love the payout structure. It's pretty standard. 33% to first, 41% to the top 10. I think that's okay. I wish it was distributed a little more evenly. But again, it's a Millie Maker. You need the million up top. I don't even know if this fills. I hope it fills. I really do. Just try to be different is all I can say. Man, I miss these so much, man. I'm giving you guys NFL tips and looking at the PGA Millionaire Maker. Man, I cannot wait for week 1, boys and girls. My goodness, man. Brings back memories, dude. Brings back memories. Nothing like a good Sunday sweating out the millie, baby. Nothing like it. This is July 18th, $20 to enter. Go for it. It pays out 22% of the field. You don't have to max it out. I don't expect anyone to max it out, really, or at least anyone in Discord. I think it's a tournament you probably won't win, but for the sweat, when there's nothing to really sweat on Thursday, sweat the first round. If all 6 make the cut or however it works, you have a sweat and call it a weekend. You have something to do over the weekend. And of course, maybe playing for $1 million, something many of us have not done. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I got nothing for you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in again. If you could rate, like, and subscribe, that'd be amazing. NFL tips only on the podcast. This is also going up on YouTube. So visit the YouTube page, search for the Study Minute channel, and you can see these on video. You can see exactly what I'm talking about on screen. And I don't know. I had a lot of fun. I really did. Not just doing the video, but doing the podcast. How about we do it again tomorrow? Take care, everyone.